Comment. Oh, man. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this lovely stream that, honestly, I kind of can't believe I'm having to make, but, I feel like it is probably for the best that I do make it, because the past, like, 6 streams, Super Mario 3D World in particular, have been very problematic, and there's been a lot of things that have been going on there that, you know, are not acceptable. It's been pissing people off. It's been pissing me off. And it's just not okay. And, you know, pretty much every other, you know, live streaming channel under the sun has, like, rules and regulations and whatnot. And they're, like, written out and set in stone. Well, I have not. So, since the channel is growing, there's more people chatting, and, you know, when it comes to, you know, there's more people, you know, coming to the live stream chatting, which is always welcome. That does open the door for more problems to arise from that. So, basically, what this stream is I'm going to be going over, these rules, and I'm going to be going over why I have these rules in place here, and, you know, even give some examples as to people breaking the rules, that I now have, you know, pretty much set in stone here, and they will be enforced from this point forward, basically. One is, be kind to one another. This includes others in chat, moderators. I have one currently, but I will be seeking out more, in the future, as I get to know, like, you know, certain, you know, people that are in chat, that are there regularly and whatnot. The one mod that I have now is Blue Hedgehog Man. He has been, you know, on my live streams for quite some time, so, you know, he basically knows how I operate, and he knows, you know, what's okay and what's not okay, and, things like that. And, I think also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to, you know, figure out a way to put this, like, in the description of the stream, or of every stream, but, that is, probably going to be taking some figuring out there on how to do that. But yeah, currently Blue Hedgehog Man, is the main mod that I have right now. But once I get to know, people a bit more, I will be adding more mods. He's just the only one that I think I really trust right now, simply because of the fact that, you know, he's been around for quite some time. So yeah, I think that pretty much, sums that up there. But anyways, minor trolling directed to me, I don't mind that, because, I mean, I grew up around it, to an extent. I mean, trolling me, I'm just kind of like whatever about it. I mean, it's kind of up to my discretion on, like, how I feel about it. But basically, you know, it's kind of like a golden rule there. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. But I don't really mind, you know, minor trolling directed to me. Because, I mean, I can take it. Because it's like, I've definitely, you know, I've had, you know, much worse things, you know, said than, you know, some of the stuff that had been said, especially in the last, Super Mario 3D World stream. But anyways, trolling other viewers will not be tolerated under any circumstances and will result in immediate mute or ban. That's going to be enforced very strictly. I'm not playing around when it comes to that, because like I said, you know, the last stream, you know, was a problem. I'm actually gonna give an example of the chats that happened last stream. It was really not that pleasant. Okay, hang on, I honestly forgot how to work this thing for a minute. But, anyways. This was the chat that happened last stream. But anyways, this was the trolling that, you know, kind of took place last stream. I mean, like I said, whatever about, you know, the whole he can't even win a Mario 3D World Challenge and start seething. I'm kind of just like, whatever about that. You know, however, trolling other members is not tolerated. You know, where this guy pretty much tolerated Blue Hedgehog Man, who is now my mod that I have. So, and there's also probably a little bit of racism involved in that too, which I'll touch on that in a couple minutes. But anyways, what was I saying? I can't even remember. I have totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, this is not tolerated, and I will not be tolerating it anymore, because that was really bad. But yeah, this is just not okay, and trolling other chatters or anybody in chat is not going to be tolerated. And you know, this is basically what I mean by, you know, what had happened last stream that had prompted me to make this stream. So yeah. Anyways, let me switch back to this. So anyways, arguments in the chat may happen. It happens, which is inevitable. In fact, I don't have any screenshots of it, but I know that it happened in one of the Amori streams back when I live streamed Amori. There was an argument that broke out in one of those streams. Hello, Blue Hedgehog Man. Welcome to the rules. But yeah, there was a, there was an argument that broke out, in one of the, I can't remember exactly which stream it was, but I know there was one that broke out. But, you know, arguments, they do happen, and I get that. But, you know, just be respectful in that argument. I probably should have put that on there, but, you know, maintain respect in it, and do not instigate an argument. So instigating an argument will not be tolerated and will be handled as I or a mod see fit. So, I think that's pretty self-explanatory when I mean there. Don't cause an argument. That's the best way for me to put it there. Don't start an argument, especially if you can't finish it. Harassment will absolutely not be tolerated at all. And that has happened, a couple times. It hasn't, I don't know if what happened I would really consider harassment, but it was definitely, not okay. Let's just put it that way. Harassment will not be tolerated. I was bullied in school, and I expect everyone within, the community here to not harass one another, not bully one another, and, maintain respect with each other. So any harassment will result in an immediate ban. No exceptions. So, yeah, no exceptions on that. I'm pretty much very setting a line there. There will be absolutely no exceptions of, whether, I'll let it slide or not. I'm not gonna, just no. I am absolutely not gonna be tolerating any harassment directed towards anybody else in the chat or myself. It's just gonna result in an immediate ban, and I honestly, I don't really care what anybody thinks on that, because that's, how I see it. Any homophobia, especially since I'm gay myself, transphobia, since my best friend is non-binary, the one that guest commentates and guest plays with me on the Mario Party playthroughs on the channel, they are non-binary. So I expect people to respect that. Racism, xenophobia, any other hateful conduct will not be tolerated and will result in immediate ban once again. And there was, a bit of homophobia last stream, or the last Super Mario 3D World stream. So that will not be tolerated, and it will result in immediate ban. I do not care what anybody says on that, and that will be enforced. Because hate is not, there is no place for hate on my channel, or on my chat, on my live streams, or any of that. Hate is not allowed, period. Point blank. And if I do see anybody do it, immediate ban. Do not come back to my stream and do not watch. Very simple. Anyways, I may at times bring up a tiny bit of like political drama and whatnot. Well, maybe political drama is not like the right term to use there, but I will bring up, or I may bring up like maybe something to do with politics, but it's very rare that I do that because I try to, you know, keep politics out of, you know, my streams. However, at times I may chime my opinion on something, especially if it's regarding, like, you know, human rights and whatnot. Yeah, and you may politely chime your input on it when I'm discussing something that is political. When I am discussing something that is political. However, if it is unwarranted, just please keep your political opinions to yourself, because the way I see it is politics bring division. And once again, politics will start an argument. Because, I mean, it starts arguments in real life. So I'd be stupid to think that, it wouldn't start an argument in the chat, too. Because not everyone is going to see eye to eye on that. And I think a lot of people probably don't see eye to eye with me on everything. I mean, that's what makes us human. However, with politics, it is something a lot worse. And there are people that are very, very emotional about their opinions and very firm. But yeah, I think one thing you should add is that you shouldn't be told what to do. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna add that right now. Nope, that's not the right thing. Please do not tell what to do. Either. Please do not tell me what to do. Especially when it, oh crap, comes to my emotions on something. Because this will only make me more mad if you are helping or at least trying to help. That is fine. However, if you are doing so to be rude or offensive, you will be banned. or muted as I or a mod see fit. I gotta change. Oop. Whoops. There we go. That actually fits perfectly on there. All right. So, anyways, where was I? But yeah, please keep political opinions to yourself if it is unwarranted. So, anyways, now thank you for suggesting that. Yeah, please don't tell me what to do, especially when it comes to my emotions or something, or on something, because this will only make me more mad. Like, especially when you're trying to tell me to, like, calm down, or especially if you're doing it in, like, a really mean or rude way, like, like, if I'm getting pissed off at a game, I mean, that happens. Like, the whole Mystery House thing in 3D World, I was getting so pissed at that. I know one, chatter, you know, he was telling me to calm down, and it's just like, that's fine when you tell me to calm down. And, you know, that's fine if you're doing, because I know he did not mean it in like a rude, or he did not do it to, you know, be rude or, you know, to be offensive. Oh, I did? Oh shit, I did. Alright, let me fix that real quick. But yeah, if you are helping, or at least trying to help, you know, like the one chatter in the last stream of 3D World was doing, that is fine. However, if you are doing so to be rude, or offensive, which, I mean, I personally haven't really had that happen. Well, I mean, I guess that, well, I mean, to an extent, that shark guy kind of did that. But he didn't really say calm down, but if you're doing it to be rude or offensive, you will be banned or muted as I or a mod see fit. Anyways, I think that pretty much concludes my, be kind to one another thing, and that is definitely the most lengthy section, and that is that was definitely going to be the most time-consuming one. No spamming! That has been a huge issue lately with, one user in particular. Spamming random crap on chat, it will no longer be tolerated. It annoys me, it annoys everyone. If you are spamming the chat, you will be muted for 4 hours on your first offense, 24 hours on your second offense, and a ban on your third offense. This all is entirely up to my and the mod's discretion as well. So I'm gonna give an example on that, on what happened. Well, that's that. This is what I mean. I am not gonna be freaking tolerating this crap. anymore. Because that is so ridiculous that, you know, and you can see that it was clearly annoying people. And he was, you know, basically repeating a lot of the things that I was saying in the stream. Like, he was quoting what I was saying in the stream, you know, just to add to the chat. And it was, you know, honestly, it was very obnoxious. So, that's the main reason why, you know, I do not want people spamming in the chat. I think it's pretty self-explanatory there. Because, I mean, why the hell should, you know, me or anybody else have to put up with that? So, and plus, you know, when you spam, like, especially, you know, when, he says, read my messages, please, that just makes me want to ignore it even more. Like, you know, I try to read everyone's chats the best of my ability. However, there will be some that I will probably miss, especially if I'm really focused on the game. However, if you are spamming like this, you will probably be ignored. And that's probably not, you know, exclusive to my channel, because I think most channels have this pretty much the same rule. But yeah, I'm like, literally, he literally writes everything that I say, like, in the chat, because I said something about it in the stream. So yeah, it's definitely very obnoxious when people do that. So please do not spam. I think that is very simple to ask. Please do not do it. It has been a big problem within the past week and a half. So I really do not want people, you know, doing that. So I would very much appreciate it if, you know, people would not. Yeah. If you miss a chatter's message, either you can go back and read what he or she said, or you can ask said person to rewrite said message. Then you can try reading it again. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could do that too. However, if you're spamming me, you know, that's gonna make me not want to read it. You know, that I think I think it's pretty simple there. Anyways, enough reading this crap. Anyways, I felt like it was probably a great time, to, bring this point up because of the number of blind playthroughs that I have on my channel. And this has unfortunately happened a few times. I know it happened multiple times in my Chrono Cross playthrough. It happened in my Amori playthrough. And it happened some other playthrough I think it happened in too. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it happened in my Partners in Time, or not Partners in Time. Bowser's Inside Story playthrough. That was another time I had a spoil. Like, that one wasn't as bad, but Chrono Cross was definitely the worst when it came to the story spoilers. And that honestly made me really upset. So, for blind LPs, no story spoilers. On games that I've never played before, I please ask everyone to not spoil the story of the game or, you know, spoil characters coming up in the game, or anything like that, or anything, like, really super important. If you spoil something once, and if it's, you know, like, something really minor, like a minor story spoiler, not like, you know, if it was like the end of the plot, I would be pissed, and I would ban the person. But if you spoil something once, I typically don't mind. I'll just remind you in the stream that it is a blind LP and that I do not want the story spoiled, and that's pretty much what I've had to do in most of the instances that it's happened, and it's happened quite a few times. However, I did have to ban the guy and, you know, publicly call him out for doing so multiple times in my Chrono Cross playthrough. It's just been a while ago, actually. But if you spoil something once, I typically don't mind. Just remind, yeah. If you continue to do so, you will be banned. Any tips and tricks for the game, and some guidance on where I need to go next. Oh, actually, I probably should put the word next in there. I'm gonna do that right now, actually. If I can find it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. If I can type. Oh my god. Come on. I can't type it all right now. So where I need to go next is appreciated, and, in fact... Oh, I forgot a comma there. Good grief, I must have really typed this in a hurry. And, in fact, encouraged by me. So, I will literally probably ask people, you know I did that in Bowser's Inside Story, and almost every single blind playthrough I've ever done, is, you know, where the hell do I need to go next? That's completely fine, and in fact, I encourage people to tell me where I need to go next. Oh man, my throat's getting sore because I've been talking so much. So yeah, anyways. Number 4, have fun. The most important part of the chat is to have fun interacting with me and other viewers, and maintaining a positive environment will keep it that way. At times, that may be negative due to life, and venting is absolutely allowed because it helps everyone connect better. Because, I mean, I vent about stuff all the time. Literally all the time. That's like 90%. Yeah, literally 90% of the time on my streams, I'm venting or ranting about something. So, if you need to rant something about something in chat, I wouldn't say, go all out and rant. But, if you want to listen to my rant, or rant about, something, go for it. Because it helps, everyone connect better. Like, if you got something to rant about and you want to say it, you can say it, summarize it, in the chat, and, I'll provide my piece and, have it as, like, a conversation. So, that's basically what I mean by this, rule. BTW, I messaged you on Discord. Alright, yeah, I'll go check that out, as soon as I'm done here, which I'm actually just about done, because my voice is pretty much shot. So... anyways, that sums it up. I will be showing this screen at the beginning of my Wii Fit stream, which is, tomorrow. I will be showing this at the beginning of my Wii Fit stream, the first Wii Fit stream, and I'll be kind of going over it. But I will not be going nearly as in-depth as I did this video. But I will be doing so in the first stream of Wii Fit that I do tomorrow. And I will also be showing this screen in the first stream that I do. Well, actually, I might show it at the beginning of both streams of 3D World, because that's where all the problems have been, is in my 3D World streams. So I'll probably be doing that on Wednesday. I need to look up a definition for venting because I don't know what that is, but I ranted during one of my playthroughs of a Mortal Kombat game I recorded. Pretty much ranting and venting is kind of the same thing. However, you know, ranting, I feel like the difference between ranting and venting is with venting, you know, you're more trying to get it off your chest because it's festering in you and you just feel the need to get it out. Well, ranting, you know, is typically about like a specific subject. Like, for example, you know, venting, you know, like I'm venting about my day. You know, what has all happened in my day versus ranting, you know, being, I'm ranting about all the shady stuff that Nintendo has done. So I feel like, you know, that's the biggest difference between ranting and venting. I hope that makes sense to you and anybody else. But I feel like that's pretty much the best way for me to describe it. But yeah, with that, I'm pretty much gonna end the stream there, and I'll leave this screen up for, you know, a couple minutes. Have a song playing, and, yeah, I'll be having a song playing while, you know, this screen is shown for a couple more minutes. So, yeah, anyways, if I appreciate you tuning in, Blue Hedgehog Man, because you are my mod, so I do appreciate you tuning in, actually. Anyways, for those that are, you know, watching after, you know, I'm live and whatnot, thank you so much for watching. Much appreciated. And thank you for your suggestions, for some of the help, and thank you for your help with, the stream rules. It's very much appreciated, because, I mean, I'm still trying to work things out, and probably, I'll add some rules, you know, later on down the line, when they're needed, if there's any more problems, you know, regarding anything for that matter. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna give my voice a rest now because my throat is getting really sore and I've been talking so much. Oh, I forgot a period. Thought I put one there. No, I did. It's just cut off. Okay. Well, maybe what I'll do is... Oh, nope, that's not gonna... Well, you know what? I'll just freaking make it smaller. Oh, nope. That might not work. Oh, nope, that will work. Okay, perfect. And I may stretch this out. Yes, if more rules need to be added, then do that. Yep, that's pretty much the plan. So anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Much appreciated. And I hope to see everyone on one of my live streams. I'm just gonna show this for a few minutes. Probably for the length of the song, and then I'm gonna end the stream there. We'll see you guys later. And I'll message you on Discord. Alright, I'll go see it. My phone's a little bit of a ways away from me right now. But anyways, I'll see you guys later.